Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back. Another episode of the Weekend Hot Podcast. Your man K Zizzle. I don't know if y'all can see our names this week, but if y'all can, this is your man KZ, my man Swag, my man Jamarcus is back. Our guest, we had a guest. He was here last time with us. I can't remember what episode, but it was a good episode. Got some decent views. Y'all liked it. So we're back here again. Another B-side. B-side just stands for Barbershop Talk, Barberside. You know, we just chop it up off opinions. Not basically always based off facts, but things we heard here and there. So like the regular show, but you know, a little lax version of the show. How y'all brothers been doing?
Man, we pretty good right here, man.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Holiday season. Happy holidays to everybody watching the show. Happy holidays to you and your family. Happy New Year. That 23 coming, so that should be good. Jordan 23. So hopefully that 2-3 do something for you that 2-2 didn't do. But you know, getting into the holiday season and everything. Now, it's a lot of things been going on in the news and stuff. A lot of people been talking about on like different social platforms, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. A big topic that we wanted to talk about. I don't think we have. We glazed over, but we didn't really go into it like this. Basically, I'm gonna put it at the bottom on the ticker. When is it right to offer guidance to the youth, or do you just let them learn on their own? So I'm gonna put that at the bottom. So I'm gonna say that again. When is it right, basically, to offer guidance to the youth, or do you just let them learn on their own? Now, I'm a parent, you know what I'm saying? My boys are in the 20s now. And let me see. And then Swag, you know, he got a son in his 20s. Then he got a teenager still. They still all young kids, but my 20s is I think my well, I ain't gonna say I think. I know my oldest son 22 and my oldest son is 20. So Jamarcus, you got any kids?
Nah, brother, I ain't got no kids, but I got a lot of nieces, nephews, and cousins that love me, so I can speak on that too.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you got a lot of people that look up to you.
Oh yeah, and you got, you know, like he said, he got children in his family that he care about, and he's concerned about, just like, you know, we all are, about where the youth and the young generation is going. You know what I'm saying? Now, Jamarcus, are you in your 40s or you in your 30s?
We're on 43, brother.
Oh shoot, you up here with us? We all.
Yeah, not yet anyway.
You know, you know what our people, you got to ask, because we some youthful looking people. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't even guess the brother Marcus was 43. I would even never guess. Some people wouldn't even guess that I'm 45. They'd be like, "Damn, you 45, boy."
I know I'm 45 too. My hairline gives me away though.
Hell no, you gonna say my hairline?
I'm out here like a cookie.
No, you still look youthful, man. I wouldn't guess you was in your 40s. I wouldn't think none of us, probably maybe in our 30s or somewhere.
Personality got a lot to do with it, but they never believe I'm this old at my job and shit.
Youthful spirit, man. It's good to have a youthful spirit, man. And that's good too. And it translates, you know, when you had, or if you have killed children, or you got niece, any youth you around, that'll translate, because that'll be better communication. You know, you got a youthful spirit, they feel like they could trust you more, they could talk to you more. You know what I'm saying? You might be able to get more insight
to you. Yeah.
Right. So, because look, my son, the other day, I was getting on his case the other day about something. I asked him, because last time we had talked, I said, you know, he was supposed to do some research. And I said, no, what happened to that research we talked about? He said, and then, you know, I'm going in on it. He said, well, Dad, you tripping. So he said, because, you know, he actually did what I told him to do. But the thing is, he started, you know, I was just looking for more. You know, I just got to stay on him. So,
hey, this nigga hit us with a dick print shot.
Man, he said, stop. Well,
He said, let me hit him with that razzle dazzle. Oh man, homeboy going to the metaverse, or is it me, please?
I think he froze up a little bit.
Oh, okay, he'll be back. Well, anyway, yeah, man. So we got a lot of you know, youth, especially in these black big families. You know, you got a lot of nieces, nephews, cousins that look up to us, and then sometimes. Some family members, you know, you can trust the process with, but it's a lot of family members that you kind of give the cheat codes to. You know what I'm saying? especially when you're not talking about your children.
Well, I mean, honestly, to me, it's as soon as kids old enough to understand, they old enough to get taught. You know,
Yeah,
and I guess you start giving wisdom to the youth, man, when they like really, to me, start walking.
yeah.
I mean, you gotta let them make their own mistakes. I'm not the one that's gonna sit there and say, "Don't touch that stove; it's hot." I might tell you once, but after that, you know what I'm saying, I won't let you go on to get burned, so you know not to do it again.
Yeah, yeah, there
I
you
wouldn't
go.
be the parent that say, "Boy, stop jumping off the couch."
Yep, yep.
Go on to bust your head the first time, then you'll learn to stay off of there.
Yep, yep. I know growing up for me, and I was one of the last ones that Big Mama raised. So, we in a semicircle on the floor around the TV, like some of she'll tell us one time, don't touch that iron. She'll walk off in the kitchen, go cook. And sure enough, one of us cousins go up there and touch that iron,
Don't
you know
touch that out, man. Get
Hey,
your ass burnt. You know, don't touch it again, right?
you said Big Mama had you in the Harambe circle, like y'all mama better not move this Harambe circle.
Hell yeah,
Hey, you know what?
and you be in that my circle from Sesame Street all the way to after Young and the Restless and them.
I apologize, fellas. I had my VPN on, so it kept keeping me. It was throwing me all over the world and stuff like that. And I'm like,
He was in that multi-metaverse on that ass.
yeah, it was VPN. Yeah, my VPS. I had to turn it off, man, so I can so we can get an exact location on me.
Oh, they gotta read on him.
Yeah, you got to
Hold on,
read on.
let me get a little light in here real quick.
You good, but like we saying, back to the subject with the youth. With the youth. Now we saying with the youth, we seeing a lot of people who a lot of youth are going with the gunplay for the smallest reasons. A lot of the youth are they getting fed a lot of agenda by certain groups, a lot of agenda information by certain groups. They're not anything for the youth to look for. Well, I ain't gonna get into the solutions right now. We're gonna start with the problems, then we get into solutions. But I just see, I'm saying with this younger generation, you see a lot of the rappers, everybody got the same kit. I'm gonna put a whole bunch of jewelry on. I'm gonna take a whole bunch of pictures with a bunch of guns. And for whatever reason, they think that's the formula. Because basically, the powers that be have shown them, like, if you do this, then you'll get paid. We'll pay you off. You know what I'm saying? But if you saw like a rapper talking about a young brother talking about something smart, intellectual, or if he's talking about helping the people get better, then they probably wouldn't give him no airplay. They'd be like, "Oh no, push his shit to the back." You know what I'm saying? We don't want him spreading positivity. But what y'all think about that as far as what you see with this generation? Do
That's
you
a
think
rabbit hole right there.
There you go. Go ahead, Jamarcus.
That's a rabbit hole right there, brother. Like, first of all, you got these kids exploiting these guns and want this jewelry and want this fast money, and they, and that's all through that rap music, which we force fed. I understand that. I mean, you know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna put no positive rap music on TV.
No.
They ain't gonna put no positive rap music on the radio. It's all got to be aimed at the young black youth to kill each other and think it's all good to be in gangs and spend all your money on jewelry. So you got to get that money somehow. How you gonna do that? You don't know how to get a job. You can go out there and sell dope. I know it firsthand. I've been through that. I understand that cycle and tormentation that these kids going through, and it's messed up. But see, it take people like us at 40s to learn that we got these babies growing up that's looking at us. I mean, you can never teach nobody by just talking. You got to show by example. And so that's what I'm willing to do. Now, Mike, I'm a very good gun collector. I got all kind of guns. I love guns. I mean, I teach my little cousins to love guns. It's not to kill nobody, it's to be able to protect yourself, because that's the life we live today. I don't need my little cousins out here with a gun on them because they got some ops. What they say, ops, whatever.
Yeah.
It ain't about that. You know what I'm saying? I need you to be out here just in case. Fuck around and get some crazy mug with some road rage or anything. You just need to be able to protect yourself.
Now, with that being said, I like that. I like that you said that, Jamarcus, because that you own guns, you know how to properly use guns. I'm taking it you probably been trained or you went to the gun range or what have you. But the key thing I like that you said that even though you're an advocate of firearms, you don't want your little ones, your nephews and nieces rolling around, because that's a lot of things. I'm with you. I'm kind of right in the middle, meaning I believe you should, like, if you know, like, I believe you should have a weapon to protect your home. Like, if somebody trying to break in your house, you try to protect your kids, your wife, your family. I don't believe that you need to, if you need to roll around with a gun all day, damn, what kind of life you live? That's how I think. Like, damn, you got. I think like you should be able to. You should have it to bear arms for your home and protect your property, absolutely. But I don't believe that. I think it's too many guns out here to have people carrying like all the time. It's like in my head, it's like why do we like we made a world basically we got to carry all the time. You got to go to the grocery store, you got to pack a weapon because I live in an area where it's open carry, and when you go to the grocery store, I was in the grocery store, it just caught me off guard. I said, brother had a holster, a big, I don't know, he had a Magnum in that mug. He had a Desert Eagle, 40 cal at least. And he had it on his hip and he walking around and I'm like, damn. I said, damn, bro, you going to the grocery store with your girl? You gotta carry like that? Like what kind of, you know what I'm saying? And I understand people say for protection, but the thing is that I just think I feel like we should go back to old school protection. Like definitely had the guns for the house. Like somebody coming on your property, they ain't supposed to be there, they break it in, definitely had them things for them. But I feel like we should go back like when it was fights, like it, because the only reason I agree with that because sometimes people 9 times out of 10 people gonna live, or you not even gonna get into it. Like if both of y'all, like if you go out now, I think the thought back then was like if everybody got guns, then it'd be less crime because then you'd be like, well, damn, he might have a weapon. But what you seeing now, to me, is you seeing people be like the short temper stuff. Like, you know how, like, let's say you in the grocery store. Oh man, I hit you with my cart bike. So I apologize, brother. I'm sorry. You know, I got a little anxious with my cart. And actually, let's say I bumped into you. Nowadays, you bump into somebody, they turn around and shoot you. They're like, oh, why you pull out on you? So it's like little skirmishes that usually could have been squashed with, hey, I'm sorry, I apologize. That's my bad, man. Or even if it get escalated, it's just these. I might get a black eye. I might get hit upside. You might get a black eye, but we both live to see our families go home. We ain't got to get no prison meals or nothing. We ain't got to go to court. But I want you to bounce. Let me go to Mike. Then I'm gonna bounce down to Jamarcus. I know he got a lot to say about that.
Yeah. Now. Somewhere in the years, young men just lost the ability to take an L. You know what I'm saying? The regular fade, you get in the fight and you lose. Then you know, back in the day where we used to, you know, lick our wounds and come back and get them another day, you know, niggas running for that trunk now. So somewhere along the line, there's a different mentality. It wasn't while I was outside, but you know what I'm saying? Somewhere it got lost that where you supposed to get up and fight. Now, I'll fight for my own. And when it came down to it, I blast for my own. But I'm just fortunate to never have to walk that path. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
Mark, go ahead and jump in on that.
I mean, I'm that guy in the grocery store with a gun on me. I'm that guy in the grocery store because you think those people that was where was that at when those people was in that grocery store, you know what I'm saying? Not one person had a gun on them.
Oh, you talking about Buffalo?
Yeah, when they shot all those people in that grocery store. I'm that guy in the grocery store with a gun on.
Black people, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, white, black, whatever, you know. It could have been anybody. It could have been anybody that did that. I mean, my family actually, my older cousins, you know, because they babies look up to me and, you know, they grow up and, you know, when they turn 18, I'll offer to buy them a gun for their 18th birthday. And it's like I say, I mean, I don't steer people away from guns, but I don't show guns as violence. I show guns as a protection. It's unfortunate that we got to live in this world like that. Honestly, I don't even go to work without my gun because I work up in Auburn, you know, and this all I hear about is KKK and Ku Klux Klan and how they don't like black folks up there and all that.
Right.
And I mean, I'm not scared of nobody, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the crazy part is people get in situations, and it's you never thought that you would stop at this red light and this man think you look at him funny and he pull out on you. You just never think of the situation you could be in. You never think you can go to the grocery store and it could be an armed shooter just come up in this grocery store and just start killing people. You don't think about that. So why not always be ready? So I do. I teach my kids, when I teach my little nieces and nephews, I show them guns and I teach them what it's about. And when they old enough, I took my little nephew, I mean, he my little cousin, but he my nephew. I took him to the gun range. He actually shot better than I did. You know, and you know, I don't condone him to take it with him everywhere he go, but why not? Like you said, we live in the open state carry. Now, when you say let's go back in the day, let's go back in the day when the Western days. I mean, you weren't prone to talking shit if you know somebody had a gun. I ain't gonna lie, I don't like to fight. If I got to fight somebody, I will. I mean, 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna win anyway, but still, what, you gonna shoot me after we get done?
Now, see, only problem I like what you're saying. The only problem I have with that is that when you talk about back in the cowboy days, those were quote unquote more uncivilized days. We, you know, if you get into more modern times, the problem with everybody, like you said, if somebody pulling up, but the thing is if nobody had guns, you wouldn't have to worry about that problem. That's the thing. That's the thing I'm saying. There's too many guns out here. That
I know, so that ain't gonna never change.
If you got to roll, because see, 20 years ago, you didn't have to worry about rolling to a red light and nobody's shooting you. I can guarantee that. My dad talked about that vehemently. Like 20 years ago, you could have a fist fight. It was mostly fist fights. If somebody pulled out a gun, that was like, oh my God, he pulling out a gun. You know what I'm saying? The most thing people, when they pulled out a knife, you like, oh, okay, or some brass knuckles or a pipe or a bat or something like that. It's like, I can handle that. But it's like the only problem with, you know, it's not the people who use guns they scared of. Well, I don't know. I think some people do use guns, and that's you know, not you, brother. But I do think some people use guns because they are scared to take an ass whooping, like Mike was saying. And that's the only problem with that is like, you could use a gun, but guess what come along with that? Life in prison, possibly, or at least 25 years. It's a lot of legal issues, a lot of stuff that you got to go through and deal with mentally. That they can think about this. If you didn't have it, like I'm gonna say this, like in the UK, they're not allowed to have guns. They're not allowed to have guns. Period. In the UK, if they catch you with a gun, that's like you going to jail for like life, damn near. But they do have knives. They do stabbings and stuff. But the thing is that at least all I'm saying is preserve. I'm thinking about preserving life. Even if you, like you said, you got to go to a racist part of, you know what I'm saying, the state where you work at, and you got to worry about these white supremacists or alleged white supremacists doing something to you or something like that. And I can understand that. I can understand, like, man, them boys out there, these some militia type, you know what I'm saying, groups, they got it on them. They ain't playing. So I 100% agree where you coming from, because you seem to me be more of a responsible gun owner. However,
I am. I think I can say that about myself. I'm a responsible. I think I'm a responsible gun owner. I mean, because like I said, I don't teach my kids about, or teach no kids about protecting yourself with a gun, but just knowing the power of having it and being able to protect yourself. Because not only are you having a gun to protect yourself, you are preserving life because you capable of protecting another person that's in harm.
True. But the power of the gun, those bullets don't have names on them. So you could be perfect example though. That bullet traveled to a kid sitting in his room and get hit in the head. You had no intention. You weren't trying to hit that kid. See what I'm saying?
That's the same thing that happened with fireworks. You don't know which way that firework will go. You could possibly get hit by that. I'm just gonna ask you this: would you rather get beat to death by a bat, like the guy in Walmart? Would you rather get beat to death by a bat, or would you rather get shot?
I would take my chances with the beat. I wouldn't get beat with a bat, but if I did, I would have a better chance of living than if somebody shot me.
Well, that's what all I'm saying is that's a perfect example. The guy that was in Walmart right here in Fort Wayne got beat to death with a bat in the parking lot. Nobody had no gun. Ain't nobody able to get that man off of that man. Now, if I had been there and I had seen that, and I would have 9 times out of 10 had my gun on me, that wouldn't have happened.
But that's an issue when you call the police, law enforcement. But let's talk outside of law enforcement. This is what I would have did. hey, y'all got somebody over here jumping on this dude. Then I'm jumping in. Like if I know they ain't got guns, I'm grabbing dude up. Like, hey, y'all, come on,
and
man.
he's restraining him, yeah.
Right. Like that's what I'm saying.
Hey, another thing with them guns, you gotta account for unfortunate accidents. You know what I'm saying? Right. And then like when you got kids in your house, or like I got a young man and a teenager. You know, it's a lot of emotions going on right now. And you know, who's to say that maybe one day, you know, Miles just say he got to go, you know, he expected to go to a fight the next day and he want to just look tough or something like that. And then he go grab my shit and take it with him. And I'm at my job none the wiser. All of a sudden I'm reading the news, getting a phone call, seeing shit. And I mean, that's just another reason what not.
Yeah. It's a lot
I'm
of
not a gun toter.
that came with that.
Yeah, you know? I mean, like, you know, you got Todd on one end, you got Casey in the middle, and I'm on the other end. I'm the non-gun violence person. I'm a non-gun person, period. You know.
You know what? The only reason I asked that, this is the brother say, like I said, I believe protect the house, but it was a sister, like the 10-year-old boy. We covered this story. It was a 10-year-old young brother, young black brother. The sister, his mama had a gun. She had a gun case, a locked gun case. Put it up, but guess what? The boy knew where the gun case was, and obviously he knew where to get the keys. So he took the key in the gun case in the laundry. So when his mama went by the virtual headsets, he opened the gun case and popped her. So that's what I'm saying. That's, I mean, I understand what we lose the guns for, but there's so many unfortunate casualties. Like you said, you could be protecting somebody, shooting somebody, that bullet keep traveling and hit somebody in their house and kill them. And now you got a charge on you, but you wasn't trying to hit them. It's just collateral damage. That's what I'm saying. It's a lot of collateral damage with them guns. And I think now youth, like I said, you seeing the youth kill each other more quick, overlook like stuff we was fist fight over, they killing each other and getting life sentences. So it's like, I just think that I believe just like Friday, I think niggas, a lot of people are scared of the ass. Well, I've had a lot of fist fights in my life. I'm talking about from 9. I'm talking about like when I was 9 years old, I was with my cousins. They was in high school. They was getting jumped by some G's. They was trying to get jumpers or wherever from some part of town over a basketball game because my cousins whooped them. And I was on the team. I was hitting shots and shit, and, you know. Then we getting ready to walk home. And it's about 15 dudes trying to jump us, but nobody pulled out a gun. But we was fist fighting them. They had a knife. I was too young. I was 9, and it was like a team. So my cousin was like, run, go get your dad and them. Go get your dad. So I was like, no, I'm going to fight. And they like, no, go get your dad. Please hurry up. So I ran to get my father and my uncle, and they came back, and I seen we all were just out there boxing. It was a dude, he pulled out a knife on my dad. My dad grabbed his arm, threw his ass over a fence. But I'm serious. That's the first time I seen my father fight. I was amazed. But I'm thinking like, what if them dudes had guns? My dad, I might be dead. My cousins might be dead. That turned into a fist fight that led to nothing. Nobody got jail time. Nobody went to jail. My cousins, them dudes, they went to school with them. Them dudes didn't mess with my cousins no more. They was like, your family crazy. They'd come up here.
Good old fashioned Johnny Brook.
Right. And then, you know, our other cousins waiting for my cousins after school. So they was like, damn, don't mess with their family. They deep. Yeah. But we never pulled out no pistols. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think guns are for the right reason to protect you. But I think in our society, we flooded the country with so much gun talk, that everybody think that's the way you solve problem. You think, hey, that's the way I solve a problem. I kill your ass. And they don't think about, damn, now I got to do life in prison, or I got to do 25 to life. Now I'm in jail. So what was the you say you was gonna protect yourself, but now you in protective custody. So it's like, what was nice the point? I don't know. I feel you though, Jamarcus. I feel you, my brother, and I feel you too, Swag. But that's why I say I sit in the middle. I feel like for your house, because I feel like, okay, what if some dudes they case your house and they like, we gonna rob this house, and then all of a sudden they coming through your window, you in there sleep with your wife. Yeah, you need that thing on you.
Yeah,
right by the bed.
You know.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I don't know, man.
A firearm, I think, is a place. It is better home in a place where, let's say, mental health is not an issue. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, well, fellas, all I can say is I do understand now, but evolution has already became a thing. I mean, we understand that. Yeah, it did evolve from 20 years ago when there was fist fights. There's guns everywhere now, brother. You got to understand that all these kids got guns. Not only these kids got guns, everybody got guns. Adults got guns. Like I'm admitting to y'all right now, I carry a gun. I carry a gun everywhere I go. I mean, I'm just doing it. I feel more protected when I got it. Will I get in the fight if I got a gun on me? Yes, I will. And I can still get my ass beat and I pull my gun out. It ain't even about that to me. My thing is like, I mean, it's just like, I'd rather have it on me than to not. I'm not just gonna pull it out on you just because I feel threatened. And that's what I'm saying. It's about teaching your kids. It's about, okay, white people take their kids to go shoot at the age of 3, 4. I mean, just allegedly, that's what they do. I've seen videos. I've never seen videos of white people keeping their kids totally away from guns. They have a gun case in the living room.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you understand what I'm saying. I'm sorry, I got somebody at my door. Hold on a second. Yeah,
okay.
but
yeah, man. But I mean, we kind of losing sight of the mission here because we talk about passing game, and I'm cool. I mean, I'm sure that guns have a lot to do with that,
Yeah, I mean, like with the gun game. Let me see. Oh, my man back. Hold up. Let me get him right.
The younger you educate your kids on guns or whatever, the more aware and what they know. Sorry about this, fellas.
No, you're okay. Okay, I can get. Let me just signal when you're ready. We got you. But no, yeah, man.
Hey, he come through with the chinchilla.
Tim
talking shit. Hey, put him on.
Now we're gonna get down to the real nitty gritty. Now, what y'all say about what you
Is that Pimpin' Kid Ivy?
Player, pick the pimp, baby. They don't get no realer than this. Now, see, this is what you do with your kids. You don't whoop your kids because only last 30 minutes. You put them on a punishment. You take the moped, the iPhone, and they will beg you to whoop them. See, because a woman don't like it. See, you gotta be smarter in the kids.
Yes,
see, you don't let your kids pimp you. See, kids got unconditional love. They can't eat. They can't wear no clothes until you provide for them. Stop letting these kids run your life. Now that's real talk from a real OG.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What you say? Don't be buying them kids no iPhones,
okay.
baby.
And let me put you on some real game. Did you know all liquor is white? So when people go to Bahamas, I brought some white Hennessy. All liquor is white until you put in the barrels. The barrels turn the color.
That's true.
That's real game. Okay. Do you know Ernest Green? Nesby, his name, him and Jack Daniels was friends. He taught Jack Daniels how to make Jack Daniels.
Yeah.
And his grandkids is starting a distillery trying to honor his name. He wasn't no slave. Him and Jack Daniels was the best of friends. He taught Jack Daniels how to make Jack Daniels. Stay woke. Stop listening to what you heard. Pay attention. See, I'm about knowledge. Google this stuff. See, don't talk about what you heard. Go there, experience it. See, and that's what life is all about.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know who made the first assembly line? You know who made the first assembly line? Henry Ford. And then after that, guess what? Then they start doing the assembly Maytag. They start putting out washers and dryers and stuff. And it used to be a 9-hour shift. Then they went to 8, and they gave them a $5 a day raise. That was the first assembly line. Pay attention. Stay woke.
Hey, what's your name? You dropping them dimes. What's your name, my man?
P. Diddy from the city, baby. My name is Paris Scott.
Hey,
that's a real OG. Born and raised in Compton, California.
Okay. All right. I got family in LA. That's what's up.
Hey, full of knowledge. All right. I ain't gonna take on your podcast. Your host is back.
Hey, what's up, Unc?
What up? What up?
Yeah, sorry about that. That was a comedy relief for a second.
There we go. Now, fellas, let's get on some. What you think the solutions is as far as, or what do you see like, what do you say, especially with our youth, man, with them going to jail, killing themselves, and what you think some solutions? Like, what you think some solutions?
Well, Hey, a lot of what Uncle P was saying was right. You know what I'm saying? But you know, them ways is kind of outdated. Even though uh, a disciplinary model still ain't the best and still ain't the worst, in my opinion. But like you just have to know when to let them learn, and then when to be proactive with the lesson. And then whenever the lesson presents itself, present that learning opportunity for them. And then, you'll find what kind of youth that you're dealing with, whether they kind of learn from their own lessons, if they're able to learn from other people's lessons in their circle, because that was my biggest teacher. I got to see everybody else fucking up. And then I was writing my shit proactively. And that's what kept me out of a lot of the thick and thins of the streets.
You said something right there. Youth program. Now we on solutions. Remember when we was growing up, y'all? You would look forward to that summer job and be like, "Man, I got to do my summer job, man. I'm about to kill him next school year. I'm buying all the Jordans. I got the starter coat. I got the starter pullover. I want the Bo Jacksons, man. Like these kids now, they don't have nothing to do in the summer. They don't really have youth programs or jobs because, like, my mother used to put me in the youth program where I had to go work. It'd be like working at the library and stuff. They'd pay me. You know what I'm saying? And then I did odd jobs, as far as cut grass and all that kind of stuff, shovel snow and stuff like that. But like the kids now, even in the teenage years, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell you, in high school, I had 3 jobs at the same mall. So I was trying to get it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, I was trying. My mother was like, "You gonna have people thinking I don't take care of you? What's wrong?"
I know. Hey, I pretty much worked nonstop since I was 10. Started out with paper routes, and then I was working in my uncle's shop at 12, and then I got my first job at 16 flipping burgers. Nigga, it's pretty much been nonstop. But that's the kind of stuff that builds character. Not to sound like your Uncle Todd, but yeah, man.
Yeah. So what you think, like, because with nowadays, the number one job that youth want is to be an social media influencer. And as with social media influencer, you still got to do work. You got to put your stuff together and everything. But like, that's the number one job now. So kids don't even want to go to college no more. They want to go.
Hillary Banks side of the game.
Yeah, they want to be the Instagram, whoever the top dude on Instagram. So do you think with the social media? Hey, Jamar, it's a question for you. So you think I don't know if you heard what I said. With social media now, like they said, the number one job of kids coming out of high school is be social media influencer. It ain't going to college. So do you think with kids that are growing up in this internet metaverse age, they're losing the hard work ethic? Because like what Swag was saying, I learned a lot of hard work and a lot of as my Uncle Todd always said, builds character. I've learned a lot from like bad things. Like I used to be like, Uncle Todd, man, they doing this on my job. He's like, well, builds character, fight through it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right there.
So we don't have those lessons no more. So now everybody just want to sit back and like, man, I just want to be on social media. So what you think, man? You think that work?
I think it's just evolution of the times, brother. I think everything's just changing. Back when we was kids, man, we had to install that. If it weren't for my granddaddy making me get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to get on that tow truck in the winter, I would have never had that work ethic. They ain't got to do that no more. Kids can make money off the internet. Kids can make money off social media. So time's evolving. So yeah, we raising some punks, but it's gonna change back around. It's gonna come back around. They gonna understand it ain't gonna stay like this. It's just like we ain't in that mode that they in. But we got to be aware of what's going on so we can understand how to approach these kids.
There you go.
See, I let my nieces and nephews tell me their problems, and then I just tell them what I would do. Because the way they handle things now is totally different.
Yep. You give examples of your experience in that, and then or how you would handle it. Yeah, but
I always give them with the good. I give them good quotes and shit, like, you know what I'm saying, like just good quotes to live by. Quotes mean a lot. Quotes keep you sane because they bring you back to reality.
Make you think.
Like you make a poor decision. Every decision you make build knowledge. The knowledge that you build from the decisions that you have build wisdom. The wisdom that you obtain come from decisions that you made, from mistakes that you made. That builds like greatness. That's how you learn. That's what building. That's what makes you.
Yep.
So like I said, I'm not the one that's gonna tell the kid to stop jumping on the couch. Go ahead and bust your head real quick, and now you gonna know not to jump on the couch. I'm gonna tell you one.
I feel you on that. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. I think that I mean, you're right. The times have changed. The way, like, as far as mowing grass and shoveling snow, people ain't doing that now. They on social media doing things. Now I had to sit and that's cool. You know what? Because it actually is still work putting together shows and doing podcasts. It's work involved in it because you got to research, you got to look up stuff. You know, I mean, everybody don't.
Let me say this though. Can I say this real quick? Like, I see parents cutting grass. I see parents cutting grass with 16-year-old kids, 20-year-old kids that live in the house.
Wow.
Hey, man. Yeah, that's true.
I see that. And I know, why your son ain't out there cutting the grass? Oh, he got allergies.
You better get your ass out there and cut that damn grass.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I'm on my grass because I like it cut a certain way, but so
you teach your son how to cut it that way that you like it.
Hold on. These kids, you know, they ain't really going out there and, you know, mowing grasses and cutting, you know, shoveling garage and shit. So you got to impart that into their chores, because while it also builds characters, that shit also help build life skills. And, you know, how you gonna be a dude that can't even, you know, functionally, you know,
change the tire?
Yeah, change the tire or shovel. Yeah. So, you know, you just gotta incorporate that in chores. And then if my man acting up bad enough, he gonna get out there and mow. You know, stay on the trash, stay on the leaves. You know, it's different things that you can do to bring it part of their regime to develop skill sets.
Well, Mike, you remember when I was a kid and where I grew up at, and we had a big ass yard.
Yep.
And we had a big ass driveway. And who you think shoveled that driveway?
My
grandma, my auntie ain't never got out there with no broom, no shovel or nothing to shovel no driveway. Who you think cut that grass? My auntie ain't never been out there with no lawnmower cutting no grass. My grandma never was out there with no lawnmower cutting no grass.
Yeah.
I'm with you all the way, because, and you know what I gotta say is I talk about my Uncle Todd a lot. That's shout out to Uncle Todd. But he did things to, like, I remember I used to have to mow the lawn or wherever, you know, at my house or apartment. You know, I had chores to do with my mom, right, where I live. Yeah. Then when I went over my grandmother's house, my uncle beat on me. He said, "Why you ain't out there mowing the lawn?" I'm looking at him like, "Shit, nigga, you live here?" No,
I ain't gonna lie.
But you know what? But on the real though, I'm glad he did that, because it wasn't the fact that he lived there. I was younger. He's my senior. You know what I'm saying? So he the OG. So he like, you come over your grandmama's house, you mow the lawn.
You know what I'm saying? You know, at a young age.
And he used to be on me about that. And you know what, at the time when I was a kid, I didn't like it, but I'm glad he did it, because that instilled a lot of work ethic and responsibility in me. So now when I came over grandmother's, it wasn't even no question. I should go right in that garage, get that lawnmower. I ain't got to wait for nobody to ask me, do that, or whatever chore she wanted me to do. Whatever my grandma's asked me, you see the garbage need taken out? You take it out. Because I'm gonna be real, AJ, and Swag. I was dating a woman. This is maybe some years ago, maybe 10 years ago, and I remember having to tell her son was in high school, and she come in and she's like, "Damn, the house smelling. What's that garbage?" And then I said, "Damn, where your son at?" And she's like, "Oh, he in this room playing a game." I didn't know this kid, and I didn't know how it's right. I went in that nigga room, was like, I knocked on the door, I said, "Hey man, how you doing?" He's like, "Hey," because you know he had seen me before introduced or whatever. And I said, "Hey man," I said, why you didn't take the garbage out, man?" And he's like, "Oh," and he turned the game out. And I said, "Yeah, man." I said, "Dude, you know, when your mom leaves," I said, "Don't wait for your mother to ask you to take it out. When you see that garbage pile up, you go take it out, man. That's grown man stuff right there." And I said, "You in high school, you get ready to be on your own. So your house gonna be stinking like this?" He's like, "Yeah, I feel you. I feel you." So from that point on, she told me after that, she never had to ask him again. He just needed a male to step in to say,
that point of view.
Dude. I didn't say, "Hey, get your ass off him." I just said, "Hey, man." I just
hit it with the Melvin. Hit it with the Melvin.
Yeah, like, I ain't hit with the Melvin.
Well, that's a perfect example, man, of us growing up now with these kids and these women like raising they look at that. There go Dioji. Say what's up, Dioji. Well, these women raising kids without no fathers, man. These kids growing up with no fathers, man. And see, that's why I said it would take people like me to step in and be that father. I'm just fortunate that most of my nieces and nephews got fathers and they got moms and dads they growing up with, and you know they ain't growing up in a single woman household. And I mean, it's a couple of them I still got to reach, and I still reach them, and they're the ones I'm the closest to that grew up like I did without a mom and dad. You know, I mean, I understand all walks. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I feel all that, but still, as a kid, you still need to be a kid. That's why you teach them wisdom right when they start walking. You teach them that shit right when they start walking. You let them make their bumps and you let them bump their head, but you still teaching them because ain't no way in hell if I had a son. Well, let me take that back. I knew how hard it was shoveling that snow, especially when that shit was heavy and over a foot thick.
Oh, when it's wet,
I wouldn't have my son out there by himself. I say that I'll be right next to him.
Yeah.
But I won't also get a snowblower either. I wouldn't buy a snowblower. I ain't gonna make it easy. We about to go out here and learn these lessons. We gonna talk and we gonna figure this shit out. And we gonna get this snow up. And you about to tell me all your that's bond time. That's why daddies need to be in the houses with these kids. These kids ain't got no it's messed up. And they know that.
Yeah,
the masses know that. They know that these black kids need their daddies. That's why it makes it so easy for us to get locked up. They want us to be out here with no guidance and running them up
and lost in the system.
And I mean, look at these studs around here. You got studs out here playing like daddies. You got studs out here. You're still a woman. You got studs out here playing like daddies. That shit ain't cool to me, man. And I mean, no, I ain't got no conflict with the studs or whatever they got.
Hey, Mark, you know what? Hey, you ain't saying nothing wrong. Hey, brother, I'm gonna throw it on that. I heard somebody say that today. He said you ain't never seen. He said they always talk about black studs. He said you ain't never seen no Mexican studs. You ain't never seen no Asian studs. Not to say they don't have them, but you don't see them like that. And I was like, damn, you right about that. Why is it our community is targeted by that shit? That's why. Go ahead, my brother. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Woo, you know, y'all know where I want to go with that. And I ain't gonna talk about the way I know how our community is targeted. I ain't even. I think I got the whole blueprint on that. I mean, it's hard to go there without going there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, some people get set off for that. You know. I mean, you know, but it do come a time, man. We can't just keep our mouth shut about shit. You know, and you got a few people out there that starting to, you know, speak up a little bit. You know, we got a, you know, Mr. West. We got a Mr. Irvin. As you know, we got people that starting to, you know what I'm saying, not be scared to hold their tongue. And as bad as I want to, I ain't gonna go there with that one. But yeah, we are targeted. We targeted as a community because who we are. I mean, they know who we are. They just don't want us to know who we is. So as long as we stay in the dark about ourselves, then we gonna be in the dark in any way. I mean, we are number one consumer, but we don't spend with each other because we too busy hating on each other. Yep. And then they teach us that, you need haters. You need haters. You need haters. The more haters, you know you're doing it. Nigga, I want y'all to hate on me. Nah, nigga, I want y'all to love me.
Right, I don't
want y'all to hate on me. I don't want y'all to hate on me. I don't want y'all to hate nothing I'm doing. I don't even try. Mike said something the other day, kind of messed me up. He was like, man, why you drink Fireball, man? You were upper class. You way upper class now. I said, you know why I drink it, Mike? Because I like Fireball.
I like, yeah, that nigga damn near originally drinking rock gut.
He's a rock gut. You trying to make it seem like the man drinking prison wine or something, man.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I understand that, but see, that's what I'm saying.
Hey, look, I ain't gonna lie. I put Fireball in my eggnog, niggas. I'm sorry.
Hey, this nigga be eating Wagyu beef tips and shit.
Wagyu. Hell nah. But no, man.
I'm not drinking the status. I'm drinking what I like.
Yeah,
that's the way I live.
I ain't mad at it.
We're gonna wrap it up, fellas, because our time is we got like 2 minutes, but we're gonna wrap it up, man. We're gonna definitely come back and do another B-side with Brother Marcus. and get into some other topics and things like that. A lot of stuff going
we
on
always
and
have
everything.
fun.
But I appreciate you brothers coming and off, giving, sharing, your stories and everything. And hopefully this will help, a young brother out there watching this or whatever. So basically on the solution end, I feel, and I'm gonna let everybody get a solution as far as, a send off here. I'm gonna do my send off solution. I think we young brothers try to work things out, try to use your logic. It ain't, you don't have to grab a gun because somebody stepped on your Jordans. You know what I'm saying? The gun is used for life or death situations, not because somebody slighted you or you feel they dissed you or they said something about this person. You know what I'm saying? Be a man up and just be like, all right, man, go on with that. If they, you don't like Brother Jay said, he's a licensed carry gun owner, but he don't pull it out over just any little thing. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
When you use that type of a weapon, that's a life or death weapon. You know what I'm saying? That's you know what I'm saying? So when you got that type of weapon in your hand, that's a life or death. You could take life or death. So that should be your last resort. You know what I'm saying? Your first resort, as my uncles always taught me, is to try to reason. Always reason first. Try to talk. Right. If you did somebody wrong, apologize, man. That don't make you no punk. Just be like, hey, man, you know what, brother? I'm sorry, man. You know what I'm saying? I didn't mean to disrespect you. And then move on. And maybe y'all could come together, bond, and then, this could be one of your best friends. But if you pick that gun up because, oh, man, he said this about and shoot him, now you in jail for life. He gone. You gone. Both of y'all families missing y'all. And what did it solve? You know what I'm saying? So I was just saying, let's try to, nothing wrong with having a weapon. Use it for what it's for. I would say protect your family or your home. But as far as disagreements, young brothers, try to talk it out, man. Try to use some reasoning skills. Or if you can't talk it out, get an OG, get a mentor, get somebody like Jamarcus or Swag or me that you might know in the neighborhood. It ain't got to be a parent or nobody if you don't feel comfortable. Get somebody who you respect in the neighborhood and have them mediate. But don't get nobody ignorant, because there's some niggas our age that's ignorant as hell too. It'd be like, oh no, shoot that motherfucker. No. So get somebody who get somebody who has respect, somebody who has knowledge, somebody, what I'm saying, that just, what I'm saying, will lead y'all in the right path, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna pass it to Swag.
All right, so the old mentality of I had to take the lumps on my head. They gonna have to take it. Them days is gone, man. You have to impart your wisdom, but still you want to save the cheat codes for them who need it. So you build up your lessons. Some people are a little extra needy. Them people that you can give the cheat codes to, because maybe they ain't gonna figure it out in a good enough time. You know what I'm saying? Don't be afraid to provide a learning opportunity for the youth. Don't ever ask somebody to do something that you wouldn't do yourself. And that's all I have from there.
Oh, I get one too?
Yeah.
Oh,
cool. Yeah, we're going around.
All right. Well, first of all, I appreciate y'all putting me on the show.
Anytime.
But I feel the need to give this one to the youth. I will need y'all to do something for me, the youth that may be watching this or may not, or the parents. Let's teach your kids about positive and negative energy. If these kids knew about positive and negative energy, a lot of bullshit wouldn't be happening, because once you feel that negative energy, you can disassociate yourself with that particular person or situation, because you learn that positive and negative energy. I mean, you can feel somebody walk in the room with that negative bad. If you feel that energy, then you already know. I mean, I'm going to wrap this up, or you keeping your eye on that person or whatever it may be. But that's the main thing. That's one thing that I wish that everybody had common sense on, or just knew. It should be just embedded in you, but it's really need to be learned. So you need to teach your kids that, because honestly, your closest friends or family could be that negative energy.
Yeah. Ooh,
Facts. Nice one. Well, another great episode. We can have B-side with my man, our special guest, main man Jamarcus in here. You know what I'm saying, helping us out, talk to the youth and whatnot. My man Swag. We're gonna be back, y'all. We'll be back next week. Make sure you stay safe in the holidays. Make sure you get around, like Brother Jamar says, around positive people. Be around positive people. That's the main. I like that, Jamar. Be around positive. You would hang with dudes that ain't doing nothing
Well, positive
constructive.
energy.
Right, or positive energy. Positive energy.
Yeah.
But if you hang around dudes, they ain't doing nothing constructive. It's okay to cool and kick it. We all talk stuff, whatever, like that. But if you around them, they don't never do nothing constructive, and you always doing stuff, you need to get away from them and get around people who doing like-minded. Like be around like-minded people who doing what you doing. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want, like my brother Jamarcus said, negative energy to pull you down. You know what I'm saying? So you want to be elevated. But other than that, man, hey man, stay elevated, stay blessed. Peace and reparations to the family, and we'll be out this month.